Hello everyone. In this class, we will study the another part of fossils, the study of Cycadeoidea. In last class, we have studied the Lagenopteris features reproductive structures. In this class, we will study features and reproductive structures and classification of Cycadeoidea. The first classifications. पहले classifications पढ़ते हैं. Classification of Cycadeoidea. Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae है. Phylum. Division. Subdivision. सुपर क्लास. इसके बाद सुपर क्लास है. सुपर क्लास. क्लास, ऑर्डर, फैमिली, जीनस, स्पीसीज. तो उसका किंगडम प्लांट है साइकाडोडिया का. प्लांट्स है. फाइलम ट्रैक्यूफाइटा. ट्रैक्यूफाइटा. डिवीजन जिम्नोस्पर्म में. सब डिवीजन स्पर्मेटोफाइटा. स्पर्मेटोफाइटा. सुपर क्लास जिम्नोस्पर्म में. सुपर क्लास जिम्नोस्पर्म में. क्लास साइकोटॉप्सिडा. क्लास का लास्ट में हमेशा सिडा लगेगा. ऑप्सिडा. साइकाडोप्सिडा. ऑर्डर साइकाडियोडेल्स. लास्ट में एल्स लगेगा. साइकाडियोइडियल्स और बेनेटिटेल्स. इसका नाम बेनेटिटेल्स भी है. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज बेनेटिटेल्स. इट वाज गिवन इन द honor of English botanist J.J. Bennett. This name was given in the honor of family Cycadeoidea. Cycadeoidea. लास्ट में डिएसिया है. जिनस साइकाडोडिया. साइकाडियोइडिया. बेनेटिटिस. स्पीसीज में है. साइकाडियोडिया सिलिंड्रिका और साइकास नाना. साइकाडियोडिया नाना. इसका स्पीसीज से दो तो काफी. इसका जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स स्टडी करेंगे. जनरल characteristics. Bennettitales is a fossil group. It's a fossil group which was prevalent during the Triassic to lower Cretaceous period. Cretaceous periods of Mesozoic era. And Bennettitales have been discovered either in the form of petrification or compressions or petrifications. Bennettitales have been named so in honor of J.J. Bennett. So, J.J. Bennett, an English botanist. First representative specimens of Bennettitales was collected from Great Britain in the form of a fossilized trunk of genus Bucklandia. Several representatives of Bennettitales have been discovered from Rajmahal Hills. It's Rajmahal Hills of Bihar, now Jharkhand. Rajmahal Hills of Jharkhand. India. External features. Its external features. The genus Cycadeoidea possesses short branched or unbranched, short branched or unbranched, spherical, spherical or conical to irregular trunk, to conical to irregular trunk. The surface of petrified trunk was marked by several rhomboidal leaves, bases having multicellular hair in between. The cycadeoid trunk were subspherical, oval or columnar in shape. Their diameter varied from a few centimeters to even 60 centimeter, and height of diameter from few centimeters to 60 centimeters, and height 3.0 to 3.6 meters. Wieland in his book American Fossil Cycles, American Fossils Cycads, has illustrated the structural organization of these trunks. The trunks exhibit slow growth, and those profusely branched give the impression of bunch of pineapples. Pineapples प्लांट जैसा दिखता है. At the apex of trunk, a crown of pinnately compound leaves is present. These leaves were found in a partially developed conditions. The stem was covered by leaf bases. Anatomy. A cross section of the stem shows roughly a circular outline. The epidermis is not well preserved due to heavy armor of leaf bases with hair like ramenta wedged. इसका कुछ साइकस के साथ सिमिलरिटी रेमेंटा जैसे उसमें भी होता है, पिनेटली कंपाउंड उसमें भी होता है. बस ये है डायोसियस, डायोसियस मोनोसियस है. साइकार्डियोडिया मोनोसियस है और साइकस डायोसियस है. एनाटॉमी विथ रेमेंटा. Wedge. In between them, the wide cortex is entirely parenchymatous. पूरा parenchymatous से wide cortex is transferred by numerous leaf traces and mucilage canals. The primary vasculature consists of a single and dark collateral cojoint and open vascular bundles encircling the wide parenchymatous pith. Ray-like extensions of the pith pass between the vascular bundles, which therefore appear discrete. The secondary wood encircles the primary xylem and consists of tracheids with scalliform and circular bordered pith. The secondary medullary rays traverse the secondary pith and the secondary phloem. They are uniseriate as well as biseriate. The tracheids appear rectangular in a cross section. A distinct cambium is visible between the secondary xylem of phloem. It has wide cortex. entirely parenchymatous. Parenchymatous, and is transferred by number of leaf traces, leaf traces and mucilage canals, and mucilage canals. Leaf traces and mucilage canals. The stem possessed centrally situated large parenchymatous pith, which was surrounded by a thin zone of xylem. इस सेंटर में pith है large. सेंटर में एक सेंटर में इसका pith है. मेडुलरी रे, रेमेंटा आउटसाइड वाला रेमेंटा, म्यूकिलेज कैनाल्स, लीफ ट्रेसेस, कॉटेक्स आउटर लेयर, सेंट्रल लेयर का पिथ है जो आउटर लेयर कॉटेक्स है, मेडुलरी रे, जाइलम फ्लोएम, द कैम्बियम, जाइलम फ्लोएम का बीच में जो एक लाइनिंग है वो कैम्बियम है, आउटसाइड वाला फ्लोएम है, इनसाइड जो ब्लैक कलर का है डार्क वो जाइलम है, मेडुलरी रे वो लोगों का सेंटर में है, दोनों डिस्क का बीच में सेंटर, पिथ, कॉटेक्स, लीफ ट्रेसेस है ये वाला, और म्यूकिलेज कैनाल्स. The thick cortex possessed a number of gum canals and leaf traces. कॉटेक्स में जो अभी देखे लीफ ट्रेसेस है, गम कैनाल्स है और म्यूकिलेज कैनाल्स भी वहां पे. अपर लेयर था रेमेंटा, सेंटर का पिथ था, मेडुलरी लेयर, जाइलम फ्लोएम, कैम्बियम. The stem possesses centrally liquid the thick cortex, and there was small amount of secondary growth. Small amount of secondary growth भी देखा गया. The xylem had scaliform thickening, pitted thickenings rather rare. Thickenings rather rare. जो इसका था सेंट्रली सिचुएटेड में पिथ है, पैरेन्काइमेटस, सराउंडेड बाय थिन जोन ऑफ जाइलम, जाइलम से सराउंडेड है, थिन लेयर ऑफ जोन ऑफ जाइलम. और थिक कॉर्टेक्स जो है आउटर लेयर था जो देखें वो नंबर ऑफ गम कैनल्स एंड लीफ ट्रेसेस पोजेस करता है. और स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ फ्लावर, फ्लावर इज बाइसेक्सुअल and it consists of short stalk which extends from main stem into armor of leaf base. Flower, structure of flower. Bisexual and consists of short stalks and short stalk. Around 100 to 150 hairy bract, and 100 to 150 hairy bract. Bracts arise in closed spiral present below apex of shoot. The function of these bracts is to provide protection to micro and mega sporangiate flowers. Protection provide करता है. जो spiral hairy bracts arise in closed spiral present below apex of the function of this bracts का जो है function है protection provide करना, जो माइक्रो और मेगा स्पोरेंजिएट फ्लावर्स है उसको प्रोटेक्ट करता है. reproductive structure, reproductive structure. The fructification was by sporangiate. Fructification by sporangiate. The strobili were developed in the upper part of the plant in large numbers. The whole of the strobilus of base of leaves were covered by large size scales strobili, so were exhaled and borne on the tip of axillary stalk. Each strobilus was made up of a number of heavy imbricate reduced leaves or bracts. These bracts completely surround the strobilus. The second hold was made up of number of leaves, like sporophylls, all of which were united at the base to form a cup-shaped structure round the central part of strobilus. The third central portion was hemispherical or dome-shaped in appearance, bearing ovules or the stalks. The third was dome-shaped. The third central portion was dome-shaped and hemispherical or spherical or dome-shaped in appearance, bearing ovules. On the stalk, ovules was orthotropous. Orthotropous and terminal. The central part was made up of a number of ovulate sporophylls. These megasporophylls were simply stalked. At the tip of a stalk was developed an ovule. Some stalks were sterile and their tips were flattened. Now androecium. Androecium. Microsporophyll. Wieland interpreted microsporophylls to consist of central rachis, which bears several pinna that alternate with one another. Pinna bears 2 rows of pollen capsules or synangia, which are bean shaped. Rachis microbes consist of central rachis, which bears pinna. Pinna bears 2 rows of pollen capsules or synangia which are bean shaped and have short stalks. Synangium contains several layers. Thick wall. Outer wall is thick and is composed of palisade-like cells, while inner layer is made up of thin wall. Microspores descend longitudinally and microspores are released into synangial cavity. At maturity, synangia appears to release microspores. ये जो पिना है 2 रोज ऑफ कैप्सूल्स और सिनंजिया का 2 रोज बनाता है विन शेप में. Gynoecium. Gynoecium consists of conical or spherical receptacles, which contain several ovules and interseminal scales. Ovules are stalked. Has a pollen chamber and nuclear beak. The stalk of ovules may be short or long. May be short or long. Ovules are orthotropous. Having a long micropylar beak which extends beyond the parts of surface plate thin. The surface plate is formed by union of flattened ends or interseminal scales. Few tips of interseminal scales form a protective covering. Pericarp. Protective covering surrounding the seeds. Integument is single. Develops rapidly and consists of 3 layers. Outer layer of integument consists of axially elongated cells and middle layer possesses thick walls. Nucleus is free of integument. Cells of integument are elongated at micropylar region. Seed possesses 2 cotyledons and are oval in shape. In this class, we discuss the classifications of Cycadeoidea, general characteristics like Triassic to lower characteristics, Mesozoic, fossil group, compression, stratification, distribution, geographical distribution, external features, anatomy, flowers, structure of flower, reproductive structures, androecium and gynoecium. This is completed. Meet you in the next class. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe.